Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and I'm going to be playing with some messy stuff today, some alcohol inks. So I have just a garbage bag laid out on here and I'm going to show you my progress of how I got to this point before I show you the project. So I saw somebody who would put stencils down onto, and of course, you know, I watch stuff halfway and I forgot what medium they put it onto, but they use stencils with alcohol ink to make a thing. So I grabbed a piece of paper because it's cheap, and I laid down a stencil. I think I did, yeah, this one, and put some alcohol inks on it. Didn't stick very well. It's kind of bumpy, and put a little alcohol on there to try to spread it, and so so I go to this side, and I put this down, and I take one of the take that over there. Take one of the fabric, kind of like felt things, with the color and some alcohol, and did a, like you would do for a normal stencil. And it came out pretty good on regular paper. So I could definitely use that. So, of course, you know, the brain starts going, and what else can I do? I am using underneath it, by the way, this, which is the release paper from a sticker sheet. So it's smoother. So stuff sort of stains it, but doesn't really. So after I did that, I took 4 colors of the alcohol and just put dots and splashes and things like that, and decided to put a piece of copy paper down and squish it down, and it came about this. I thought it would, maybe when I was putting the colors down, I thought it would spread more, but it really just beat it up into circles. So I did this. Now I think this would be kind of cool to go, hopefully, in maybe coffee dye. After this, I mean, this is dry and it's alcohol ink and it really doesn't get affected by water. I'm thinking maybe coffee dye, and this could be fun. And this could be, you could use that as a signature page or something like that, or rip it up into smaller pieces. So that was the next progress. So the next thing I did was like, okay, so I'm not a fan of the white totally. Let's go and see if we can do the same thing with book pages. Well, that came out kind of cool. I put a couple down together to see if I could, you know, they'd spread through a few. And the bottom one got the most color, and then there was some color on top of it afterwards. So it's kind of fun. Little dots and everything. Then I thought, well, if I can do dots, maybe I can go back to my stencils. The mind just kind of goes when I start doing this. So I went and did this, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I had the, of course, I don't know, I think it was this one. Oh, maybe it was still this one. Went through and same thing, put the ink on here and do more. Oh, still kind of wet here. Do more of a sploogie where it does the color on there. And after I had done, geez, somebody's doing something out there. After I did all the splooging for it, I took another piece of book page and smush that down to do like a reversed image, and that came out pretty cool, right? That's some fun stuff. So I'm like, well, that's kind of leading towards something fun. So the next thing I did, and of course I used half of it already, was I did a, it's hard to tell, there's a bit of green there. I did the stencil with whichever one I did. I have so many out here. Did the same stencil, but then I took a second color and did this 2 colors of it. So like I did pink over here, and then I did green over here. And the reason I did that was because of the final product. So I decided to make some of these kind of pockets that just fold over, and I thought this was cool to have the book page inside of there. And I have added 2 of the colors randomly with the stencils and glued it in there. It's just glued in there. It's folded over. This is a 6x6 sheet of paper, folded over, and that put inside. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. So this is what we're going to make some more of those today. So I have pulled across some other 6x6 papers. I got like a burgundy, I got letters, I got another one of those pink ones. I might do that later. But then I have some of these, and these are going to work great on the white, I think, because it gets covered up by the book page. Now what you really want to do though is kind of figure out which way you want to have the item folded. And then you get covered up with the white. When you do this, it's got a color in there. Now I've done this type of pocket before. I hope that's not too loud for you. I have the windows open because I got alcohol ink and I don't want to, like, you know, go unconscious with it. I usually don't open the window, but I do have it open today. And of course the neighbor decides that he wants to, I don't know, vacuum out his car or something. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so you can use double-sided or single-sided on this. But my thought is, if you've got alcohol inks, or even same idea with just regular inks, distress inks, anything like that, pick out 2 colors that are in your page, and then we're going to go and dye some paper with it. So let's start with a fun one. Let's start with that one. And I really can't say which stencil I want to use, but I think that one could be fun. Let's use that one. All right, and book pages. I am grabbing a couple book pages because, like I said, it's going to be printed on one, but then the other one is going to go on top of it to do the reverse image for it. Okay, so I'm going to pick some colors that go with this, and I'm thinking maybe some light green and some maybe peaches. Okay, we're going to try coral and botanical. Now these are probably not too light, but I thought we could probably get away with something. All right, we're going to grab our new thing. Now I am using alcohol on here to make it a little bit thinner, and it spreads a little bit better, so I'm going to I got to spray alcohol. I'm going to do it off camera, as they say. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I had a bit of an issue with the pink when I was doing it. I got some of it off with the alcohol, but it's still on there. I got to get cleaned off a little bit better. Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of the botanical, and I'm just going to put a couple drops on here. Close it up, and like I said, I'm not going to swirl it as much because I don't want to catch it. I'm doing more of a tap and then a swirl, kind of get it to go. And I'm going to do the top and the bottom to 2 different colors because there's just a thin strip that shows in there, and if we wanted to both the colors in there, and that's what I did with this my sample piece. It's hard to see. I did the pink on one side and the green on the other, so you don't see as much of the green in there. It kind of goes in there, but probably could go over it. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to go over it. We're going to do the green, and then we're going to do the pink on top in just some spots. Let's give it a shot. All right? Again, just playing. Coral, not pink. It's kind of peachy looking, I'm hoping. I really should make some swatches of these. Oop, I need some alcohol. Oh, neighbor's back. So we're just gonna do it here and there, and I'm gonna do it on all 4 sides because even though I'm probably only gonna use half of this paper for this process or this card, I can use the other half for something. Okay, so like I said, this is a little bit wet. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put it down. And I'm just gonna kind of rub it down a little bit. I don't think, these were pretty light. I didn't use too much alcohol on these, so I don't think there's gonna be too much of a lift on there. But but we'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit, right? And I probably could keep doing the same page on other ones and get just a whole mixture of colors. All right, let's see what we got. Not too bad. A little bit more green than peach on there, but and then eventually I'm going to just spray these all with alcohol to clean, but they're going to get stained, I'm sure. Okay, so, oh, no wonder why I didn't realize that was on that side. Should I do it again? I don't know if it really mattered. I think I'm going to do it again. Okay, well, since I got the pink on there, let's just go ahead and do some of the coral first. And then I'll put the green on there. And I should probably have some gloves. You know how that goes. Oops, it shifted. But you know what? I don't know if it really necessarily matters. So I'm going to shift it. And then do green in a different spot. And go. Now I probably could also like tape this down somehow instead of using my fingers. But this might be mixing a little too. All right, and oh, I got both sheets underneath there. All right, so I guess we got to take a new sheet. I do have a brayer somewhere that I could probably use, but it's not going through, so I'm not too worried about. Yeah, it didn't go through too much. There we go. That's a little bit better. That is better. So shifting the stencil, I think, worked a little bit better because it went into different spots instead of going on top of each other. And I think this is pretty dry. So what I ended up doing was taking the card that I want to put it onto and putting some glue on the card. Probably shouldn't be doing it on this because I do have some more of these laying around, but I'm getting glue on here. It's going to stick the paper, which actually might not be the worst thing in the world to do. Okay, so I'm going to glue this end so I can use it twice. And I probably could have ripped it in half, so I definitely got twice, but there we go. And we are going to just cut it. Probably better if I saw it on this side. There we go. Where I can see the line I'm cutting on. All right, so I still do have half a piece there that I can stick in something. And I've got this one. That I can glue up ink. Take and we'll do a little thumb hole. I'm going to do it right above the butterfly. And I'll do the butterfly. And we'll just take that a little bit. And we will take and glue it down. So we can customize, like I said, the book page and not just have a plain book page. Have it be a custom pocket. Now if you want to round the edges, you could do that. Get my rounder out. let's put the glue back on and see what other ones we can make. And save that, like I said, to be able to, you know, put on something else. And there you go. I have, like I said, I have this one. And figure out which way it folds. These have these flowers on there that go up and down. Can't really tell sometimes which way they go. They're kind of random. And you can glue that right into there, right to the edge, and have a little pink and green showing. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to use a separate glue page. Okay. Beautiful. Glue page. And we'll cut it down. I mean, I have so many of these book pages laying around. It's kind of nice to find something else to use them for. And to not have them just plain is also just fun. It's probably too early to snip that. Yeah, too early to snip that. And yet she keeps going. That side worked. Okay. A little pink, a little green. Put a thumb hole in and I'll have another pocket. I love it. All right, let's see. Let's do the next one, which is, let's do this one. It's got a little bit more neutral colors and see what we can find for this. I'll put these away, and thank goodness the lid was on it. All right, I got terracotta and sepia. I'm going to see what those look like. Get you out of the way. I am truly making a mess here. Okay, get you out of the way, and let's see. You are definitely swirly, so maybe I should do something a little less swirly. Kind of have some fun. Let's try that. Okay. All right, so let's get this. All right, let's try the terracotta one first. And see what that looks like. I just spray a little alcohol on there. And the sepia one, I'm going to do that shift again and see. All right, there we go. Sepia is a little bit more brown. Oops. These ink sponges don't like to swirl as much, it looks like, on these. Got too many spots that get caught. Whoops. Oh, almost lost that. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, interesting. That is for sure. I don't think I can get any much color off of this. But I think I want to try. So I think I'm gonna see if I can spray a little alcohol on there. And see what I can get. I should have a big disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I am not an expert on these. I just like to play. And I've said that before on a lot of my videos. These are not totally tutorials. They are more, this is what I've done. And nothing too exciting. Probably shouldn't have done the alcohol. But looks like it, well, you know what? Let's at least pick up the dots. Okay. You just never know what you might end up getting, right? After it dries completely. We'll see. But I don't mind that. That is for sure. I think I like it. Yeah, and not too bad. Definitely a little bit different from what that is. So, oh, look at this. Not closed. Closed, closed, closed. All right, we're just glue this in. Run out of glue. Make sure you get those corners. And glue it down. Now, if I didn't have such a mess going, I probably would try it with the inks, but that would involve getting my inks out, which are kind of put away right now just to make room for all these alcohol inks. It's cute, right? I mean, I've got my ground espresso one out here just because it's my normal side inks, but I'm going to use the bigger turn on this. I don't know why, I just felt like it. Could even put a little corner there, but it'd even be cute to probably have to be able to open or something. I just think those, I really do like that one. I was a little hesitant at first, but once it got in there, I like it. Yeah, I do. And these are drying, and actually they're coming out pretty cool with the colors of them drying. These definitely could be, you know, ripped apart. They're so wet. Ripped apart and added as a, you know, background to something. Put a little bit of, you know, put something on there as a decoration. Right? Yeah, a little. I like it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not saying it was perfect, but I'm not mad about it in the end. It actually came out a little bit lighter, which was kind of a bonus too. These alcohol inks are definitely bold. I mean, they seem to dry a little bit lighter than, that had the glue on it. It seemed to dry a little bit lighter than when you originally putting them on, but yeah, I think they're kind of fun. All right, I think I want to do this one because there's some yellow in here and purple, and I haven't done yellow and purple yet. So let's do this one as the last one. All right, let's try Sunshine Yellow and Wild Plum. Let's give her a go. All right, make sure I got some new sheets to play with, and let's go with this one. Looks like worms. Let's give this one a shot. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Okay, so we need yellow and purple. All right, I do have some old yellow and purple ones here. This should work. All right, we're going to start with the purple. I don't know why. Probably should start with yellow, lighter to darker, but I'm going with the purple. All right. And I am going to do where I shift it. So the yellow should, in theory, go in its own little spot and not be on the same spot as the purple. All right. Let's see if I can get any sort of transfer on that. Nope. This alcohol ink just dries so fast, doesn't it? Okay, so that would be the same, and that would be pretty new. Okay, let's go with some yellow. All right, we got a little bit of alcohol on there, and we'll do a couple drops of the Sunshine Yellow. Okay, make sure it's shifted. Shift that direction so it's more on the paper. Okay, and yeah, I definitely should have done cleaned the spout off. Clean this stencil off, because it's mixing colors, making like an orange, because yellow and purple make orange. But I think it'll be okay, because there is some kind of orangish colors in there. I think it'll be fun. But I think I am going to try to clean this off and see if I can get a new thing and put some yellow on here, because I think I really do want some yellow on there. Okay, I got it pretty well cleaned off. So I'm thinking that I can still do this. Add some yellow on here. Got a new fresh pad. All right, let's see. Do a couple drops of yellow on there and see what we can get. All right. Now I got dogs barking. It's a busy neighborhood today. Yeah, I'm trying not to put it everywhere because this is the third color and I don't want it to go too crazy, just where I see a little bit of white. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. We got some orange, purple, and yellow in there. I love it. All right, I'm going to have a bit of a cleanup field day with these, but they cleaned up, as you saw, pretty good with the just spraying with alcohol and rubbing it off. So I am not upset that that is going to get cleaned up. I'm going to get these put away. All right, so let's see. Which way do we want these flowers to go? All right, I like these, so we're going to go this way. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video and got some ideas to maybe make some stuff on your own, to not just always put in, blank book pages, but jazz them up a bit, because why not, right? And like I said, if you don't have the alcohol inks, using the stencils with regular inks, I'm sure would be just as good. Yeah. All right. Put that there. It's covered. I just want to make sure it's inside a little bit so that when you peek open to put something in there, you do see you don't see the inside necessarily, you do see the color, so it's not, and that is crooked. That is so crooked. I don't think it's going to let me move it, is it? That looks better. Okay. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard to put it on straight, but it appears for me it is. I love it. I don't know, it even looks even better when you cut it apart and have just that little piece there, right? It's just fun. Just fun. Okay, I'm not going to bother rounding that and glue or inking that because you have seen that enough. I'm going to show these up close and or re-show them in all their glory. All right, first off, I am still amazed at this, which is the wipe off with the light color. I still think that looks very cool. Hopefully you can see the colors on there. Actually, I think that's probably the correct side. Very cool. I love it. All right, so all the ones we've done, this last one I did, hints of yellow. They're a little bit more hidden in there, but you can still see them in purples, and then that now become orange. Very fun. And then this one, which had the sepia and the brown color. Very fun. And then this one with the butterflies. This could definitely go into that journal I'm making for the bees and butterflies and bees and birds. It's got some pinks and some greens. I love it. And then these two that had the fuchsia and green. Very fun. I haven't closed this one up yet, but just very fun. I love them. Okay. Oh, the one I didn't do. I didn't do this one. I was hoping to do a little bit of red and brown. All right, I gotta tell the funniest story. I had to stop for a moment. I have the window open, and I see some kid with like a clipboard walking by, and I thought he was talking to himself, or like, you know, had like earbuds on and talking on a phone. And then I see this other kid walking away from my door and says they've barricaded their walkway. And I'm laughing because my husband was cleaning our porch and painting it. So we moved, we have a set of 2 chairs with the table in the center that we had to lift, and we put it on the sidewalk just to get it out of my husband's way to paint the porch. And this kid's like, they've barricaded their walkway. And I'm like, yeah, from solicitors. I might have to do that permanently now, except the problem is that I'll never get any Amazon packages. So, all right, well, I just thought that was funny. I had to tell that story because I was laughing. I had to back away from my window a bit because I didn't want them to see me. Okay, well, that is going to be it for me today. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day and get a little bit of a chuckle out of that. All right, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful, creative day. Bye for now.